Alrighty. Howdy neighbors, and welcome back to Sepia Tears. Last time we saw what happens when we go to the school rooftop. Let's go to the hill. I've got it. She'll be at the hill. I grit my teeth and sprint through the snowy city. If I could learn how to read, that'd be great. I made it. I collapsed in the snow, with the hill looming before me. Just a bit more. A few more steps. A few more frosted breaths. Place my hand on the edge of the hill, into the snow. It'll only take a bit more energy to pull myself up. The moment I peek above the hill, it'll be over. What will I do if she isn't there? She was crying. She was crying, damn it. Isn't that all that matters? I tense my fingers against the frozen ground. Find a solid rock to push on and, with my body poised, I climb the last yard. We can actually see it now. It is actually kind of nice. Eh. You came. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I didn't. But why here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to be asking you? Stop. Oh. What? I ran away for a reason. We cannot be together. What right do you have to decide that? I told you. I was lying from the beginning. Shut up. Putting snow in Myra's hair drops a lit match out of my stomach, and everything goes ablaze. I love you. Now stop talking. I step toward her and she steps back. Wait, you don't understand. It isn't that easy. It isn't that simple. We're not fit for each other, and that will never change. It didn't work back then, and it sure as hell won't work now. Never. Kidding me. Not in the least. What the hell is there to understand? I paused. It doesn't matter. No, I won't accept it. I pushed. And pushed. Is that all you're gonna do? Shout until I give it and embrace you. If that's the case, then I might as well leave. I love you. No matter what I do, I can't change that. No matter who you really are, or what you did. Even if I tell myself I don't care, if I try to give up, it doesn't matter if I say I love you or hate you. I can't stop. That is how important you are. It's incredibly, superfinely, mind-bogglingly dumb, isn't it? But I can't help it. No one can. Are you serious? Wish I weren't, but I am. Can't give up on you. You think you can give up on me? Wait. You shouldn't have come here. God, why here of all places? You're only one to visit for a moment. Just say goodbye. You're supposed to meet me at the school and... I guess that's just too bad. If you end up hating me, I'll never be able to live with myself. I like you. Oh, I'm like you. I'm wounded too. So tell me everything. That's wrong. It's all wrong. As long as you're with me, I'll forgive you. So tell me. If I do, then tell me this. Why didn't you run away? You have it hidden someplace I'd never find you. You weren't supposed to find me here. You should have gone back to where we first met. I would have been waiting. I would have said goodbye, and none of this would have happened. Well, I already did that, so... And yet you came here. The smile pushes its way through the tears. Yeah, I did. It's too late to run away. Bits of hair flicker across her eyes, and the memory resurfaces. I was there, Mark. I remember everything. You were hurt. You didn't cry. You were like a kid realizing for the first time that there is no Santa. I remember you. You. You don't remember me. Myra. That makes sense. She was never a long-lost love. She was just... I deceived you, Mark. I dressed like her, acted like her, lived like her. Dyed my hair, stole her ribbon, and used it all against you. So what? Oh, you're you. You're the one I fell for. Only were that simple. I wasn't kidding. I lied. I lied about everything. It doesn't matter. Don't you see what this means? The woods, the roof, your window, everything. I think about your taste in literature. What a joke. I would read classic lit if I didn't have a teacher breathing down my neck. The sports day at my school, that too. If I had the sense to practice jumping out of my own bedroom window 10 or 20 times before we're doing it for real. Just imagine it. A lonely girl standing in front of a mirror, tying and retying her ribbon to make it look like her crush's crush, her rival, her idol. And then for hours, forgetting that there was homework to be done and dinner to be eaten, just standing there crying. I knew how hurt you were too. I figured it out as soon as I saw you. But I went ahead with it. I set you up to think you had a chance. Didn't even think twice. This notebook romance doesn't exist, Mark. Isn't this all a bit too convenient? Reality would never unfold that way. It never does, unless one of the parties is putting on a show. Isn't it pathetic? You don't know me. You've never even met me. It's everything. Everything about me. This was all just a story to prove that I could make you look at me. To me, you were the boy who changed my life. But to you, I am no one. The girl you fell for does not exist. I am no savior. I am a fantastic actress. My hands were numb to the wind. And what about the hill? What? They were acting right. What about the evening we spent on this hill? Were you wearing your mask even then? And our kiss was a lie too, right? Oh, I'm sure. Totally convenient. Or totally convinced. You were my first love, Mark. I took this ribbon from your crush. Because Oh, the photos you're zooming in. I was like, what the hell? I wanted to be like her. And I lied to you these past 2 weeks to prove that I finally was. Now that's done. There's nothing more to be said. I smile. I think you're missing the point. Didn't expect you to know this. There's one fact you forgot to calculate. All this time, I wondered if you were a childhood friend. I thought this was all nostalgia. I assumed that's why I was falling for you. You remind me of something of someone. That's not the case at all. We're barely even acquaintances. You know what that means, don't you? That memory is irrelevant. But it was you that I fell for. You might think you're a great actress, but you're not perfect. See this? What are you doing right now? This is called acting. Mark. You're not the only one who's done stupid things in the name of love. Confess, don't confess. What does it matter? You're screwed once you fall for someone anyway. Let's make the best of a bad situation, shall we? Will you join me? You can't do this. You're weak. I'll learn to be strong. It takes a lot of guts to be strong, you know, and I'm not strong either. Then we'll learn... Oh, then you'll learn to be strong too. What if I can't? Then we'll be weak together. Does it even matter? I'm not taking this seriously enough. It's a big commitment. Things might go wrong. We could hurt each other. What if you wake up one morning and decide to walk out on me? That won't happen. What if I decide to walk out on you? That's... Gotcha. Runs her hands through my hair and through her hair and unties a dangling red stripe. That won't happen. You sure? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I promise. If you make me cry, I'll never forgive you. The feeling's mutual. Yay! And that, as they say, is that. It's funny when you think about it. Funny how simple it all was. Might not seem like a storybook romance, but it's real. As real as the person in front of me. And so I hold her tight. As our Sepia tears run dry. Don't give me a question mark. Don't give me a question mark. I don't mind if I do. Tuesday, January 1st. Artist Diary. The 1st of January. Beginning of a new year. A new chapter. There can't be a better time to write this entry. I have a confession to make. Multiple confessions, actually. I was Mark's classmate in junior high. To be precise, I was a secret admirer. People were a challenge for me. Mathematics, art, and athletics were easy, but people were a challenge. Our father, Leonard Kinsley, the man responsible for the cherry tree on the hill, has always been kind to me, but he always kept me in his shadow. Fame and fortune are a barrier when they don't belong to you. Proud and confident on the outside, empty on the inside. I was a model daughter, and I was alone. Mark was different back then, back when I fell for him. He was creative, charming, always smiling, if a little awkward. I must have thought he could do anything. He certainly acted like it. He caught my eye. He doodled in his notebooks as the teacher stormed on. I always wondered what he might be daydreaming about. Soon, my own daydreams took hold. Every day at lunch and after class, I would unconsciously dream up scenarios that led me to him. Accidentally dropping my books, helping him with an assignment, bumping into him while he was getting a drink at the water fountain. But they were daydreams, and daydreams never come true. But my feelings gnawed at me from the inside instead. It's like hunger. When the body doesn't get what it wants, it lets you know in the worst way possible. It sure does. The heart works the same way. Eventually I noticed a change. I started looking at a certain girl from the next class over. It was a strange look. The same one I saw when I looked in the mirror. Naturally, I did the only thing I could do. I watched. The leaves on the ground and snow hid them. I missed a key word. The leaves fell to the ground. Snow hid them. I watched as he talked to the girl at lunch, bumped into her in the halls. Something started dying inside of me, and I couldn't understand it. But at the same time, something was born. I soon came to know a determination that I didn't think I had. I had told her to meet him on the roof after school. From the way he paced back and forth the class, pretending to clean and pack up his bag, as his eyes anxiously darted at the clock. I knew what he was going to do. So I followed him. The confession wasn't as bad as he thought it was. But through the lens of heartbreak, a paper cut feels like a knife wound. The girl was attractive, confident, and popular. It was no surprise that he fell for her. It turned out, it was no surprise to her either. She turned him down without a second thought. Still don't know what was going through her mind. Did she want to end the rejection as quickly as possible? Like pulling off a band-aid? She's so used to being adored that she lost her ability to sympathize with a broken heart. I'm not sure. When she walked by Mark's incapacitated body, she paused for a moment, pulling the ribbon out of her hair, and wrote something. She always do that. She had an infinite supply of hair ribbons at home, and she distributed one to every boy she rejected. It was just on a whim, to noticing that they weren't alone, seeing my no doubt teary eyes. Simply pulled a marker out of her bag, put down one final note, and dropped it by Mark's hands, and left. A crucial piece of information it took him 3 years to remember is that he never picked up that ribbon. I did. It flew by after that. I moved overseas, with my parents as part of a business decision. But I was glad to escape. I wasn't running away, I was angry and determined. It didn't take long. I bought new clothes, grew my hair out, got contacts, practiced smiling in front of the mirror. And every day, I wore that ribbon in my hair. A memento of 2 tragic first loves. My classmates were distant from me at first, knowing that I was from a wealthy family. But I began to fit in before long. I made real friends there and overcame my phobia of people. All that remained was overcoming my phobia of love. That's when an opportunity fell into my lap. My dad told me that we'd be relocating back home, and that I could come with him or stay with my other relatives for a few years. I considered for a moment. I was happy, but why return to a place that can only make me sad? That was precisely why I had to go back. I had just something to prove. I came home at the beginning of December, and I was about to start attending school when the new term began. That allowed me to select the high school of my choice, but did some research. The excitement was building. Found out that Mark was attending a local high school with his sister and 2 friends, and that it wasn't unreasonable for me to attend there as well. In the meantime, I had a month to make contact and see what I had missed out on over these 3 years. All went well. I'd find out that Mark had gotten over his heartbreak and look at me as a girl for the first time. And I'd proved to myself that I wasn't weak. I wasn't as weak as I used to be. Things never go well. I knew he was empty from the moment I first spoke to him. And even if he didn't want to face his feelings, I could show him that love was something to fear. I'd prove it to him and prove it to myself. The technical stuff was easy. It was a garden beneath the balcony on the school roof. All I had to do was slide from the balcony to the soil. I hid there for at least 10 minutes, I hid there for at least 10 minutes, so of course he didn't see any footprints. After all I had to do was make use of my surroundings. Fred expected me to do the impossible, so disappearing in the forest was as simple as stepping off the path and hiding behind a tree. He knew that he didn't have to search me either, because I promised to find him. Rick saw through me, apparently. I was surprised. I tricked him at first, but he knew that I was smiling from my heart when I found him in the park after he talked to Lillian. I was shocked when I found myself enjoying the conversation, shocked and a little afraid. The visit to his room wasn't even part of the plan. I just wanted to see him. It was fun to tease him, see his reaction to my silliness, and I wanted to get swept up and taken to the first place he could think of. So to see quirky charm buried beneath years of forced apathy. Before long, I was in love. It was terrible. I didn't want to fall for him. I wanted to prove that I was no longer a slave to my emotions. I ended up proving the opposite. The more I think about it, the more cruel it becomes. Am I only happy because I forced myself to change 3 years ago? Confidence started out as nothing but a lie. Is that what it takes? What about Mark? Even after trying his hardest, he still got hurt. Both 3 years ago and now. If I hadn't met him, he'd still be avoiding love at every turn. It's horrible. No matter how much we talked, what we could come up with is that love is a horrible, horrible thing. All is fair because it doesn't play by the rules. You can fight your hardest or give up before the battle begins. You still win or lose. There's no structure to life. No overarching theme or black and white belief that determines who succeeds and who fails. There isn't always a lesson. Einstein was wrong. Repeating the same action over and over grants you drastically different results. But finding a new method doesn't guarantee change. Maybe in the end, all that matters is that you don't run away. If an ideal appears before you, seize it. Make the storybook real. That was satisfying. But my head is aching. I need to get to bed. Got a long year ahead of us. And I'm still tired from our New Year's celebration last night. They went to karaoke. So that's it for Sepia Tears. I don't think in the mobile version there was an ending because I remember looping forever. Just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I don't know if there actually was an ending for Myra in the mobile version. I could be wrong. I don't think there was. This was a very fun blast from the past. It was pretty much how I remembered it. There were wow, there were a few differences here and there, but all in all, it was very similar. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.